Hello and welcome to My Xbox and Me, episode 241. I am one of your hosts, MC Fixer, alongside two fresh Kresh. I gotta be honest with you.
Yeah.
I just clicked a different link and it messed up again. We're gonna go with this one though. Alright? So keep going.
Right.
How
Okay.
are you?
I'm doing good. I'm solid. You know, can
I fixed
complain
I
today.
fixed the 24 for 241. You happy?
To anybody who doesn't understand that, good.
Well,
You don't need to.
if you didn't understand it, you weren't live in twitch.tv/mcfixer. Where you can get this show early, though, is on patreon.com/mcfixer. Of course, you can find us on all podcast services, except SoundCloud. And of course, go subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/myxboxandme. I'm all over the place today, Kresh. I gotta be honest. I'm all over the place.
You're gonna say MC Fixer.
Yeah, I usually say, but I've decided to not confuse the messages anymore.
Got it.
Just My Xbox and Me. You want the video version? Go to My Xbox and Me.
Okay.
MyXboxandMe.com. It's on there. It's on the front page. You can see it right there. Or youtube.com/MyXboxandMe. All right.
Okay. I hear you. I hear that.
What you been up to? How you been?
I had a very bad stomach ache yesterday. It felt more like a stomach virus, so it was horrible.
It's not
Felt like I
COVID.
was dying.
Not COVID, right?
Not COVID.
Okay.
I don't think COVID has any stomach related issues, as far as I know.
I actually don't know. I assume no. I assume it doesn't. But
Yeah.
no taste, swelling of the feet. Those are symptoms. But I don't think anything.
Is swelling of the feet really a symptom?
Apparently so.
Interesting.
That's what Facebook told me.
Facebook says a lot of stuff.
I'm joking. It's not Facebook. Yeah, I don't know. I feel, Kresh, I'm at the point where I'm done with this. I'm done with this whole this COVID stuff. I'm done with it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
but I'm in this really weird point, right? Where
Okay.
obviously I'm done with it. I've got to go shut my window. I have to shut my window because there's this little girl outside, yeah, and she is. I know you don't hear her, but I can hear her. She's in my head, and she's screaming and she's shouting and she's having a good time out there, clearly playing. Like I went out there the other day. There was just chalk everywhere. I'm like, good for you, little girl.
That's her.
Have
It's her who
fun.
did
I
the
know.
chalk.
I know. But I've got to shut my window. But I'll get through this message first. I'm just done with it. Like, the government's setting things to going back to normal in England. Death rates are... I don't know what is considered high anymore, Kresh.
Yeah.
I'm
it's kind of,
lost.
like, all over the place.
I'm lost because people die every day, as we all
Yeah.
know. Like that's a part of life. When when you come into this world, you're on your journey to death. That is life, unfortunately.
No.
Unfortunately,
That's not what my mom told me.
unfortunately, that
They
is
just
that.
went to go stay at a farm.
Oh, okay, of course. But I'm not at this point where obviously the death rates are coming down. People are
Yeah.
getting more reckless out there, and I'm like, obviously Hayley works as a teacher, as most people know. So she's very, very, very concerned about all going back to work and stuff like that because she's going to be around a bunch of kids and there's no social distancing with kids and yada yada yada. And I'm at this point where I'm like, am I just getting too loose? Am I becoming like everybody else? Where I'm like, oh, it's fine. Oh,
Yeah.
it's fine.
No.
Like, but am I the problem? I feel like I'm the problem.
Yeah. So I was kind of having this thought the other day as well, where I was like, it's not that bad. Then I was like, oh, this is what like everybody's like when you go places and you see everybody going to the beach. And I'm like, I call them stupid all the time. That's what I'm doing right now. Granted, I'm not going to the beach or anything like that, but I am sort of like a domino effect of one thing falling down that leads to another, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, that's kind of, I'm just sort of there like, have I bought into the media of all this where they've scared me into staying indoors for the last 2 months? Or was it worse? And it's not like the thing is, over here, like we've built hospitals, like big hospitals, and those hospitals have not even been used. So it's like, did we beat the curve? I know this is not a COVID podcast. I understand we're an Xbox podcast, but we're just talking about life for a second. I don't know. I just feel a bit weird.
But it's also they need equipment. Would those hospitals have equipment to deal with it?
Yeah, they've got. That's what they were built for. So I don't know, man. Is there going to be a second wave? And I don't know. I just feel
definitely. I feel like it's one of those things like a lot in the past with like the bubonic plague and all that type of stuff.
Yeah,
It's been like horrible, right? I do feel like we live in a different time. Medicine gets distributed faster, people get treated faster, and all that.
Yeah.
So I don't think it'll ever be like that horrible.
It's
But I
not going to
do
be the
feel like,
Spanish flu out here.
yeah, but I do feel like, oh, if we lax on it and we sort of like forget about it, it will get pretty bad. But then again, I'm not a scientist. I have absolutely no clue what I'm talking
We
about.
just run a dumb Xbox podcast like we're doing right
We
now.
just say words.
We
That's
just, we just
literally
we just talk, you know.
words.
Topic of the show this week. Let's get to some video games. Minecraft Dungeons is upon us, Kresh. A game that
Yes.
I was super excited for. I was super when it got shown at E3. We all know I'm a Minecraft lover. I love Minecraft,
Yeah,
and I
it
was
the game
super.
of the show.
It was my game of the show. It was. I have beat it. I wasn't given a code by Microsoft. Thanks for nothing, Microsoft. God damn it. We were number 8 on that Xbox list, and you didn't give us a code. God. And then,
You gotta talk to the other people and see if someone below you got it.
can I be honest? I think the person I reached out to for a code was the wrong person to reach out to. I think that's all that happened.
Got it.
There's not like a formula to this video game journalism stuff and influencer stuff, you know? There's not like, here's the email for that person, just go and email them. No, it's all hidden. It's all black behind back doors and stuff.
You could even email the right person. They could be in a bad mood and be like, no, you're not getting it.
That's happened to me many a time. Many a time.
Yeah.
I've been promised
Sometimes
Resident.
they're like,
I've been
"Yeah,
I've been
sure."
promised Resident Evil many a time. Never got one though. But let's do the roundup of the reviews. You've got IGN that gave it a 7, Game Informer gave it a 7, Destructoid gave it an 8, Games Radar gave it a 3.5 out of 5, Pixie Gamer gave it a 7, Windows Central a 4.5 out of 5, Cog Connected gave it a 75 out of 100, Press Start a 7.5, Gameblog, which is a French outlet, gave it a 7, and Every.it, which is an Italian outlet, gave it an 8.5 out of 10. How far in are you on your journey in Minecraft Dungeons?
I'm like 3 or 4 missions from the end.
Okay. So, I feel like we're in this weird place, right? With Minecraft. I'm in this weird place anyway with Minecraft Dungeons where I have beaten its main campaign. Apart from the last boss, which I got all the way to the end boss. I just haven't seen that tiny last bit, just because I've been playing Call of Duty, been super addicted. But I get what it is, and you've played it. You get what it is. We played together, me, you, Stead, and Danone. Shout out to them. What's your initial thoughts on the game? What do you think of it? Because it's sort of everywhere with some people. Some people love it. Some people hate it.
Yeah.
Some people think it's a filthy casual game. Some people think it's perfect for what it is. So what is it?
It is very casual. It's okay. It's not horrible. It's not amazing. It's okay. I'll play it with friends to like, oh, we're doing bad in Warzone. We're doing bad in Apex. Whatever it is. Let's just play something to just like relax a little bit. I'll play this. I have no problems against it. I do think that there's some issues with the game that I don't like.
Such as?
Rolling it, you're not incentivized to ever roll in the game.
Okay.
After you roll, you slow down. The only time you should roll is against creepers when you're in the blast radius. After you roll, you slow down. You can't roll through projectiles. So like if I'm getting shot with a bunch of guys with arrows and I want to get close, I just have to use the arrows. I can't even roll in and do melee or use a close range artifact or anything like that, which I kind of had problems with when I was playing solo, because there was a lot of areas with a lot of people just shooting arrows, and it's like I have no way to get close to you, so I just end up staying back waiting for cooldown timers, which isn't fun or enjoyable.
Yeah, we've got a quote here from the one and only Danone Crush in twitch.tv/mcfix, and it says, I've never been interested in, quote, Minecraft, but man, this game is fun. I feel like this sums up, from a casual audience who don't care about Minecraft, I feel like that's the consensus, right? Which is, I don't care about Minecraft, I don't care about building, but I do like dungeon crawlers. What is this? You jump in, you play it, it is very much Minecraft in the sense of its characters, its world, its blockiness, its weapons, all of that. It's Minecraft.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun with not that much depth, which I personally think is okay.
Yeah, I mean, the game, like, if the game keeps going on, like, over time, if people do want more depth to it, there is a possibility for them to add that. This isn't, they already have DLC and stuff like that planned, so it's clear that they're not sort of just giving up on the game after this time. So if that is what people want, I'm sure they'll add it. But I think this is great for what it is. It's meant for kids. You have to remember, it is Minecraft. Minecraft is a kid's game.
Yep.
whether we like it or not. So me talking about the rolling, that's not something a kid's gonna understand
No.
or really care about. They don't care about that at all.
That's
So like I think this game is perfect for what it was supposed to be.
yeah.
Maybe not perfect, but
No, I actually do think I don't think by saying I think it's perfect for what it's supposed to be. I think if I was scoring it, which I don't have to because I'm not reviewing it for my Xboxandme.com. Super Killer Bunny is. I'd probably give it a 7. I think that's where I would be as well, which is what it sets out to do is create a fun, enjoyable time with your friends in a dungeon crawler in the Minecraft world.
Yeah.
It does that to a T.
yeah.
Like there's no way you can say it doesn't do that. We played it for 7 hours straight, I believe, to get all the way to the end boss. So we went through all that content in 7 hours. I do think it's a little bit light, but I think what they're hoping for is you're gonna replay the game, obviously.
Yeah.
So you're going to be grinding for gear and stuff like that, which is the whole point of a dungeon crawler. That is why you play it, is to get the best build and to be grinding that gear. All of that is there. And the levels are procedurally generated, if I'm not mistaken.
In a sense.
In a sense, yeah. That's what,
because they all still follow the same formula, but it does feel like the game will mess with that formula a little bit. And change it up a bit.
It's fun enough. And I think that's where I'm at. It's fun enough. It's enjoyable enough. It doesn't go to that next level of oh my god, this game is gonna change the world, or oh my god, there's this moment or that moment. I don't think it ever has that.
Yeah.
I don't think it has that moment, which I was hoping for. Like even the big bosses in the game, which no spoilers, but you can see them come in. You understand them if you've ever played Minecraft. You know what they are and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, cool. But that's it. Like, there's not a moment. I can't say there's one moment throughout this whole game that I was like, oh my god, this happened. Like, no, it's
they don't mess around with like what something is. Because I remember the first time I fought an Enderman.
Yeah,
an Enderman will literally just disappear, reappear, and hit you. And like, I feel like they could have done more with the Enderman and made it like an interesting boss fight that exists in Minecraft dungeons that does stuff you wouldn't see in regular Minecraft. And I'd be fine with that in this game. I understand what they were going for. It is Minecraft, but a dungeon crawler.
Yeah.
I understand that. It does that great. It does a good job at doing that, right?
What is the price point on this? Do you know?
It's $20.
So, okay, probably about £20, maybe 15 to 16, depends on how they priced it. I don't think it's bad for its price.
No.
Honestly. I generally don't. I think I played it on Game Pass, you played it on Game Pass. Just to be very clear as well, we all played it on PC and not Xbox console. Oh, you played on both?
I played a few missions on Xbox.
Okay, what's it like on Xbox as with a controller?
I think the gameplay is better on a controller.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I don't think the gameplay is better on a mouse and keyboard.
That's very interesting. Well, why?
So you have your roll set to right stick, and in this game in particular, so like on a controller, if you put your right stick towards the right, you'll roll right no matter what way you're looking.
Okay.
But on PC, it has this really weird thing of like you roll the way that you're looking. So if your
Yeah.
character doesn't fully turn around, you're gonna roll into the direction you're looking. Which I found myself on PC doing that a few times. On Xbox, that wouldn't be an issue at all because you roll with the right stick.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know really what else to add. Like I say, if you are someone listening and you want to know if you should play this game, I think it's worth your time. Like I say, if you just want to play the base game, which is here, without grinding through for gear and stuff like that, it's a 7-hour experience that you and 3 friends can get together and play, and you will have fun with it, honestly.
Don't go into it expecting like a Diablo type game.
No, and that's not exactly. I agree.
Because you won't get all that depth, you won't get that many. Like they have different items, but all the items are like the same. You'll see the rolls on the bottom for what you can go for, and even that doesn't lock you in. Like this is the roll you got. This is what the weapon is. It's like no, here's 3 choices in this slot and 3 choices in this slot. It's very forgiving in a lot of ways.
Well, it's baby's first dungeon crawler. That's what it is. Like for a lack of a better term, and I personally don't think that's a negative. I think that's a positive. We need these type of games, these entry-level games for people. Yeah. And I mean, I said to Haley, I think you'll enjoy this. And she's like, oh, cool, but I don't really like grinding for gear. It's like, but you don't have to. Like, you're just going to play it like a basic game. Like, oh, this is better than this. There's no too much thought into it. You've got your enchantments and stuff like that, which I'm sure as you go on will unlock more and more and more and more.
Yeah.
But from the start, it's a casual entry-level game, which is perfect for anybody. It can be played on most platforms. I'm guaranteed this comes to Switch at some point. If it's not already on Switch, I'm not sure. But yeah, I think it's that level. It's that Pokemon's baby's first RPG, Minecraft Dungeons is baby's first dungeon crawler. And then I feel like Microsoft are doing this on purpose though, where it's like they want to get that new generation of gamer going, and to do that, it's like, Mum, let me get Game Pass so I can play this game, and they try and get that out there. It's interesting. It really is interesting. But have you finished talking about this? Because I want to open the conversation up to something else.
Go for it.
So, my problem with Minecraft Dungeons isn't so much its game itself. It's the way Microsoft are now... It seems to be the way Microsoft are now maneuvering with their first-party games. Which is, we've now had Minecraft Dungeons, we've had Bleeding Edge, we've had two games that... Minecraft Dungeons, I think, is good for what it is. Bleeding Edge it seemed like a not a demo, but sort of like a tech, like, hey, we want to make this, but it's a little team, and we need more content in Game Pass, so here it is. And it sort of got put out there, and then we don't know how it's doing. We're not hearing about it the same way we heard about Sea of Thieves, whether it was good or bad, right? Sea of Thieves, at least it had, like, we played it, we didn't like it. Some people were playing it and loving it. I don't hear anything about Bleeding Edge. Anything.
Yeah. To their defense with Bleeding Edge, that was in production before they bought Ninja Theory, no?
True, I believe so.
So that could just be a case
at least
of,
in
like,
the concept phase. At least in the concept phase.
Yeah, so they've put enough work into this where we'll let them, like, finish it off. Maybe that was one of Ninja Theory's things, like, we want to finish this game, and they're like, cool, we won't stop you from finishing it, you know, you guys do your thing, you know? With Minecraft Dungeons, this very much feels like the game they set out to make. I don't think that it necessarily being on Game Pass affects it. Although I do get what you're saying, it does feel like, hey, maybe they did skewer it. I think we'll need them to release a few more first-party games in a sense for us to really.
Which is the question. This is the real question I wanted to ask you, which was like, or maybe not even a question really, just more my thought process, which was like, I hope Microsoft are not gonna go this route with their games. Keep going, because I'm looking down the line, right, and I'm seeing Everwild, I'm seeing Grounded, and then obviously I know we've got Halo, we've had Gears Tactics, like. Oh, is it going to be a mixture between AA feeling games? Obviously, they've picked up Double Fine, which we would say was a double A studio, right? They make smaller titles, which I think will be good for Xbox because they're going to be putting more content out. But I'm worried, Kresh. I am. I'm really, really worried. And maybe I'm just apprehensive before this July event.
Yeah.
Maybe once this July event happens, we'll know everything.
Yeah, I think it's important, like, a lot of times we'll talk about, like, Sony and their first party exclusives, and you talk about the God of War and all those, but then you also forget Sony also releases games like Concrete Jungle. They do release these sort of same type of
Concrete
games.
Genie.
Concrete Genie, not Concrete Jungle. They do release those type of games. So maybe this is like Microsoft's like attempt at that, sort of like broadening their content, their portfolio, so that there are more games that feature to everybody. Because like Minecraft Dungeons isn't meant for us. Bleeding Edge, that's a failure. That's like
we think.
I don't want to say failure.
We think we don't know. We don't know. Yeah.
We also don't know numbers of how many people are playing it. Maybe people just aren't talking about it.
Yeah,
there are a ton of people playing it.
So
it's one of those where, like, to really judge Microsoft on this it's difficult because A, we haven't seen all the games they're producing for this, and B, even if they start producing games solely for the purpose of it being a Game Pass game, is that going to be successful and help Microsoft do other stuff and Xbox in turn do other stuff? Would that be a compromise that you'd be willing for, right?
I think the reason I allow PlayStation to have misses with like Concrete Genie, which for me, not I don't think it was a miss. Like, I watched some gameplay of it, I've not played it myself, but like it obviously isn't God of War. But like you just said, I think it's more expanding their portfolio of games. But I think the reason why I'm okay with PlayStation doing it, okay, like it matters what I think, but you understand what I'm trying to say here. Is because they do have Horizon Zero Dawn, because they do have God of War, because they do have Last of Us, because they do have... When I look at Xbox's side of things, I'm like, they need to be building out Halo Infinite,
Yeah.
Gears of War. Obviously they've got Forza, but like they need those staple titles before I think I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt on some of these other projects. Which again, I'm not saying that Minecraft Dungeons is one of them, but I just see it as a trend of like smaller title games to feed us while they're waiting for these big titles. But
I think
is there going to be enough of these big titles coming? Or is it going to be Double Fine is just working on what are they working on? Oh my god, I forgot the name of the game they're working on. Psychonauts 2, thank you. Is it just going to be they're working on Psychonauts 2? That's a AA game. It comes out, it's in Game Pass. Here you go. And they'll just keep churning out those type of games to keep feeding us content while Turn 10's working on the next Forza, or the Correlation's working on the next Gears, while 343 are working on the next Halo, while we go on in Exile are working on whatever they're working on, like the Initiative, blah 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 blah. Just keep it going. Like, is it going to be a case of they've scooped up these studios and we need to expect smaller titles to be going in, or are they all going to be of that AAA caliber? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think one important thing is that it's easier to put out, or it's quicker to put out a game like Minecraft Dungeons and Bleeding Edge and those than it is those bigger AAA games. So that really is a time will tell, right? Who knows? Like, we have to give it time for that, and that probably won't even be right away when the Series X launches. It'll probably be a year or two into that, maybe 3, until we get like a real good scope of like how things are going for the studios.
Yeah, it just brings up an interesting question, I do think, and I think it's something we'll revisit a lot through the next generation of games.
Yeah, well, I mean, Game Pass changes the dynamic of what Microsoft's trying to do, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So maybe those big games, well, you might be like, oh, they get more attention, they get more 10s out of 10s, 8s, or whatever in reviews, but maybe they don't, as a whole for Microsoft, maybe they don't pull in as much money, even like straight up sales, comparing it to like how much these other games keep people.
Sea of Thieves is still bringing people in daily, still microtransactions, like whatever it is. Like, it's still, I don't think it has microtransactions, but you know what I'm trying to say here, which is like, if you've got a AA game that doesn't review well, Sea of Thieves, I don't know if I'd say Sea of Thieves is even AA. It was when it launched. I think it definitely. I need to go back and play Sea of Thieves. I need to go back and play Sea of Thieves again. I feel like it's been enough time where I need to go back and see what this game is again.
It does have microtransactions.
It does. Cool. That makes sense. I remember them saying it would have at some point, so that makes perfect sense. I don't know. Just Minecraft Dungeons. If you want it, if you feel like it's perfect for a father and son, or a mother and daughter, or mother and dad and daughter, whatever. It's perfect for the family. If you want to play together, that game is perfect. Perfect for that, in my opinion.
Yeah. I agree.
Crash, what's been in your box this week, my friend? What you been playing other than Minecraft Dungeons?
I'm pretty sure the only thing I've played is Minecraft. Oh, I went back and started playing a little bit of Killer Instinct.
Oh.
Yeah. So this is something we actually didn't talk about, which I do think is an interesting point. Evo is no longer in person, which Evo's the big fighting tournament that happens every year.
Online this year, right?
Doing it online. So they took out a whole bunch of games with bad netcode. Smash isn't there. F you, Smash. This is Microsoft. We don't like you guys, right? But Killer Instinct is going to be there because Killer Instinct has notoriously good netcode. Like, its online's very, very good. And so a bunch of people are going back to Killer Instinct. It's getting a bunch talked about a bunch. So it'll be interesting if sort of the success that it has here makes Microsoft do anything with Killer Instinct. Because if you guys don't know, every year we watch E3, I make a prediction. Microsoft's going to announce Killer Instinct. Probably do it until we get a Killer Instinct again.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a really solid fighting game. It's probably my favorite fighting game ever, to be honest.
Damn.
Like, I really, really like it. I think it's really good. But yeah, I've been playing that.
I forgot about Killer Instinct. Again, that's a game that it's a Xbox first party title, if I'm not mistaken, right? It's definitely exclusive. I don't know if the studio that worked. I don't know the studio that worked on it actually. Who works on Killer Instinct?
Let's
have a look.
Iron Galaxies is working on it right now. I forgot who worked on it because it switched studio hands a few times.
Yeah, so
because Amazon bought the original studio that worked on it, and I think Iron Galaxies is working on it now.
So what they've got down here is obviously Rare, Iron Galaxy, Double Hex Games, Midway Games, Xbox Game Studios, Ultimate Play the Game, which I assume the main dev on that is Iron Galaxy.
Pretty sure it's Iron Galaxy now. Double Hex, I think, was the team that worked on it before, but got bought by Amazon Game Studios. I might be wrong by that, but I'm pretty sure they're the ones that got bought by Amazon.
Yep, you're correct. Amazon were integrated in. Double Hex was acquired by Amazon and integrated into Amazon Game Studios in February 2014.
Yeah.
So you're 100% right on that.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, Killer Instinct. When you sit back and look at Xbox's point of view, portfolio of games, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think they have a much more robust portfolio than PlayStation when it comes to genre and stuff like that. Like, I'd say they have the best one of the best third-person cover-based shooters, Gears.
Yeah.
People sleep on Gears. People sleep on Gears. I don't know why. I don't know what Gears did to deserve for people to sleep on it as much as they did. But people sleep on Gears of War for some reason. I don't know why. It is up there, in my opinion, just as good as a Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Like, people sleep on Gears. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. But yeah, I think they've got one of the best third-person cover-based shooters. They have one of the best first-person shooters in Halo. Even if you don't like the story and stuff, I don't care about Halo. Like, what
mechanically, Halo 5 is really good.
Yeah. So there you go. Yeah. Halo. They've got the best driving game out there in arcade style and in simulation in Forza Horizon and Forza Motorsport. You obviously love Killer Instinct, so they've got a very good fighting game in their portfolio.
Yep. That hasn't gotten support though in a few years.
So, but my point is they have the IP, right? Which is like, if they come back, and that's before Killer Instinct was a launch Xbox One game, which launched in this weird place where it's free to play, but it's not free to play. You can buy characters, and it was in that weird place, that early stages of Microsoft, right?
Yeah.
So imagine that game comes out and it's just in Game Pass.
Yeah.
That could have a big influx of players. Don't you think?
Yeah. No, I think it being on Game Pass and how, especially we see the numbers for Game Pass is like, that could have a really big player base, like a really huge player base. Just
from a casual point of view as well, like, just like me and you, obviously, you are into fighting games, I am not into fighting games. I would download it just to be like, oh, obviously, let's have a fight. I'm gonna get destroyed. I might beat you one round and be like, I beat you one round, and then run off. But that's about it. Like, right. It's interesting when you sit back and think about it. Like, this was all before we've got the 14 shooters they have now.
Yeah,
it's like PlayStation have the best story-driven games. I would say single player, third person, action adventure, story driven games. I think PlayStation has that, right? That's something that Microsoft are missing in their portfolio.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, I think they get slept on a lot, man.
I think the problem is, like, a lot of these things we talked about, like a fighting games as big as they are also very niche, right?
Yeah.
Racing games as big as they are also very niche. These big narrative story driven games, they're not really that niche. People can get behind a story even if they don't love that type of game.
Yeah.
Just because the story's that good, right?
Well, you say that. I'm playing Last of Us remastered again on the PS4. Started streaming it yesterday, played a couple of hours. God, that game controls awfully. Its control scheme is awful. Like, right trigger to reload, action button on Y, sprint R1. It's so weird. When you're playing, I'm like, oh, this feels awful. So I'm interested. I'm interested to see, are we just going to give it a pass when it comes to Last of Us 2? If it's the same control scheme? Do we just give that a pass?
It's funny because I was replaying I was playing games with Ben and we decided to load up Splinter Cell Conviction. So
oh.
Like, we haven't played this in forever.
Okay.
We were playing Apex, we were getting our ass handed to us. We wanted to switch to Warzone. Warzone had the huge update. Smite had an update. There was like, okay, there's nothing. Let's just load up
Conviction.
Yeah, and I'm playing it. I'm like, oh man, I love this game. I've talked about how much I like Conviction a lot, and as I'm playing, I'm like, these controls are really bad.
Yeah,
they're like really, really bad. To the point where I'm like, I don't know if I could say, like, if I were to play this game today, I don't know if I could say it's a good game because it controls really poorly. So it'll be interesting.
It's interesting.
With Last of Us, if it'll keep that up.
Phil's in that chat and he says you get used to it. It's like, That's not an excuse.
That doesn't mean it's good.
You can't. You get used to it. It's not like an excuse for having bad controls. Just because you get used to something doesn't mean that's okay. Like,
Yeah, I'm used to pinging. Most games don't have pinging. A lot of games don't have pinging.
I hear you.
Every game should have pinging. Last of Us 2, if it doesn't have pinging, 0 out of 10.
I can't say
Who
I
are you
agree.
pinging to myself?
I can't say I agree. What else? Yeah, I sort of drift the conversation away from what we're talking about, but still good conversation nonetheless.
Yeah.
Anything else you've been playing?
No, I think that's
Metal Gear.
That's about it. Oh, I did play some Metal Gear Solid 5. Yeah.
You stopped, or you're not playing no more?
I stopped.
Okay.
I don't care about the game story. I just was playing it because I wanted to play a stealth game, and I had
Fair
my
enough.
fun in it. But yeah, that game, I forgot how well a lot of like the game design choices in terms of the open world and how you can interact with it are. Yeah.
Fair enough. So yeah, I don't think I've been playing anything but one game, Crash. Just Call of Duty Warzone, man. It's got its teeth in me.
Been playing a lot, yeah.
I'm getting better, but I just need a better squad.
You
know? I need duos. I need duos because I'm not good enough on my own to win solos. I can get to the top 10. I'd say I'm getting around 7 to 10 kills a game, which I think is decent, yeah? But Jeffrey just keeps holding me back. He sucks, man. He sucks. I know he's in chat now, but he sucks, man. Jeffrey, we can't trust him. We gotta drop him.
Jeffrey does. Okay, first of all, you know what? I'd normally like bagging on Jeffrey. Sure, I'll join in, but I can't right now. Bro, you know how ridiculous it is to play. Sorry, I knocked my mic. How ridiculous it is to play Call of Duty on a high ping.
What's your point?
It sucks. It is horrible.
Okay.
So you know what needs to happen? You need to move to America.
Bro, I always tell you to host. I don't care about high ping.
No, your stream, I don't want to make you.
So? But if most people are in America, I'm fine with playing with high ping.
Nah. You say that, but now that you're getting good, you're going to start dying and you're like, this game's BS. I don't like this. This is just stupid. Yada, yada, yada.
Huh. I mean, I'm just trying. But yeah, so that's all I've been playing, honestly. Wasteland 3 comes out very soon, Chris. You going to be playing that?
Yeah, why not?
I'll
probably play it. It's an exclusive.
It's like in Exile. It's like because now they're owned by Microsoft. It's like, oh yeah, I have to play it. I don't have a choice.
Yeah,
it's co-op. I didn't realize there's co-op in it.
Is it co-op?
Apparently so. I didn't know that.
We gonna shoot a let's play.
Should I have the time? I gotta go.
Well, you heard it here. Fix doesn't want to support my Xbox on me past this podcast.
It comes out today.
Is it out today?
It's out. Wait, it can't be. No,
I thought it was next month.
No, August. Did it get delayed? It must have got delayed.
Okay.
Maybe I got my dates wrong. I think the problem is I missed my whiteboard. My whiteboards, I used to have like a cheat sheet of like all the game releases and like studio names and stuff like that. In this house, I have no cheat sheet. I need to make one.
Got it.
I need to make that. It got delayed. It got delayed to August. You're right, Danone. You're right. I forgot. Okay, moving on swiftly, Crash. Let's jump in to Fix This Sack. We've only got the one question because we didn't like Yami's question because he sucks. It comes in and says, remember, you can email it myxboxandmepodcast@gmail.com or ask a question on Twitter or obviously hit us up in the Discord, my Discord. Don't think Crash has added a section yet because he sucks.
What do you mean I didn't add a section? Of course there's a section, just don't check. But of course there's a section.
Just don't check. Just thought of one, so I'm asking it now before I forget. How do you feel about big Easter egg tasks to unlock items in-game, like the new MP7 blueprint hidden in the bunker in COD Warzone, or the Phantom program in Battlefield 4 to unlock the bow, which was hidden in a secret room on a multiplayer map? Crash, what are your opinions on like in-depth Easter eggs and unlocks?
I love this type of stuff. Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 does this to a degree, but Destiny 2 will let you know that there's like weapons you can get now. In Destiny 1, they did this a lot where they would start like hinting at stuff and the community would get together and figure it out. I really like it. I think it brings a lot of hype to a game. It adds some sort of longevity, right? There's new stuff for you to go and chase. I like Easter egg stuff. I'm a fan of it. the Nazi zombie Easter egg stuff is usually really cool. I'll usually watch a video for that, and I won't do it myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I think a lot of that stuff's really interesting and adds more to the game. It adds a cool little factor to the game, right?
I think the important thing is that it builds upon that world, right? It builds upon that fan base. It builds. I see the negatives towards it, because if you're someone who doesn't know about it, then you're then left at a deficit, I guess. You can't get that blueprint, you can't get that item, you can't get this. But it's not for them. It's for the hardcore fans that want to. I think on this Call of Duty one, it's like there's a phone call in Russian and there's numbers, and you go to those coordinates, and then those coordinates to take you to a bunker, and then in the bunker, then you get. It's like, that's cool. Like, I love it when games do that. Like, GTA obviously had its famous one, which is like, you could jetpack all the way up into like a skyscraper or something. It's like, there's no Easter egg here. Like, I love that one, which is obviously just a fun Easter egg. But I like these more in-depth ones. Again, I've never really been into a game that much, unless it was Resident Evil, unfortunately. The games I like are survival horror. You don't get multiplayer survival horror games, unfortunately. But if I was in a community like that, I think these are amazing, personally.
Yeah. I'm kind of surprised Division hasn't had something like it.
I don't think Division has that love the way other games do.
I feel like Division 1 could have probably done it, and it would have been pretty successful when it first came out.
I was in my bubble,
but people
for Division
fell off
1.
of it really quick.
Yeah, I was in my bubble, so I don't know. So
yeah,
that was from Phil556, by the way. So thank you for the question, Phil. Keep them coming. No questions of. I don't want your questions of. Pick one game from this studio and bring it to Xbox. And I don't want if you could remaster one game, what game would it be? Guys, we get that question at least once a week. Like, we could only say Simpsons Hit and Run so much. Like, there's nothing more to add to it. Like, I don't have any more. What game studio do you want over here? Like, it's the same conversation.
Yeah.
Put a unique twist on it.
I was going to say, if you do want to ask it, like, put a unique twist. Microsoft gets a new studio. What franchise would you want them to work on, or whatever? Just something different.
Something other than what remaster do you want? Like, I don't want more remasters. I want new IP. So
yeah,
there's that. First piece on this week's dashboard, we've got Xbox Head on how games in early development could see delays due to COVID. This one was from Logan Plant from IGN. Xbox's Phil Spencer has commented on some of the unfortunate realities and challenges game developers are likely facing during the COVID-19 pandemic, which could lead to some developers' delays. Speaking on Talking Games with Reggie and Harold, hosted by former Nintendo of America President Reggie Fils-Aimé and journalist Harold Goldberg. Spencer followed up. Sorry, I had to add that. Spencer followed up on some recent comments and said the projects early on in development may see the worst production setbacks. Quote: any of the functions that actually require physical collaboration, things like motion capture, things like symphonic, thank you. Capture. Some of that is put on hold, Spencer said. I think on the game side, things that are pre-content complete might be impacted more than things that are in post-complete. Spencer added that Microsoft has had to find new ways to distribute quality assurance kits for the new Xbox Series X. Despite these challenges, Spencer said that Microsoft still feels good about the Series X launching later this year. Quote: we worked hard. We've had to work through some challenges, but feel good about these timelines. Feel really good about this holiday, Spencer said. He's already come out and said this a couple of times, Kresh, but I think it's just very good to reiterate with, like, we are expecting delays. Don't think there's not going to be delays. Delays are coming. Like, I feel like it's every platform he's on, he's repeating this, and I think it's important for him too.
Yeah, no. So that there's no point where people are like, oh man, what happened to all the games that were supposed to come out? Or why they got so many studios? Why aren't they working on stuff, right?
Yeah.
And it's also like a lot of those studios are newly acquired. Like, they've been acquired recently, so they'll probably see delays. Yeah, I mean, this is all I think this is to be expected, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Nothing out of the blue here with this. Yeah, I'll be interested to see how stuff gets impacted, because I wouldn't be surprised if stuff that's already completed might possibly get some sort of delay just to fill out more of a time span and keep games coming over a course of time, as opposed to having this really, really long dry period at some point.
Yeah, I just think it's super important for Phil to keep saying this, and for us to keep saying it on the podcast, and for Xbox fans as a whole to stay together on this journey. We are expecting delays. Like, you can't live through a pandemic and all be sent home for a couple of months and expect nothing to change. Like, it might not be long delays, but there's gonna be delays. And like you said, games like motion capture and stuff like that, just be prepared. And I think that's the important thing here. I hope there's still enough in Xbox's portfolio that's going to tie us over. I hope they have this one game that's just a smash hit that keeps me in. But we've got third parties. There's plenty of stuff coming out this year. So let's just hope. Let's just hope. But yeah, but just keep it in mind. There is going to be delays.
Yep.
Next up, Xbox boosts responsible gaming strategy with Family Settings app. Xbox has announced the launch of the Family Settings app, covering the main safety features available in its ecosystem, such as managing screen time and creating content filters. It's now available in public preview for all Android users, as well as 10,000 iOS users. The restricted number is due to Apple's test flight rules. More features will be added later in the year when it fully launches. Quote, "It's an important and exciting step for us," end quote. Corporation Vice President of Xbox Operations Dave McCarthy tells GamesIndustry.biz during the presentation demo in the app. Quote, "This is an area that's near and dear to my heart, and the introduction of this app is just another step in our journey around responsible gaming and giving our players, in this case, parents and kids, some added tools that they can use to manage their online experience." This is really big. I know, like, to me and you, Kresh, we don't have kids yet and stuff like that. This is nothing. But I know so many parents who struggle to get their kids off their Xboxes, off their iPads, off their stuff. The fact they'll be able to do this from an app now is going to be huge.
Yeah.
And I think it's that quality of life again. That we've been talking about it so much with Game Pass and features and blah, blah, blah. It's just another one. It's like, if a parent finds out about this and this is something they have over PlayStation, it's like, and I can monitor it and I can see what they're... I'll buy that one. I'll buy that one. Why not?
Yeah. It's also kind of like funny because like we're getting at an age where like kids aren't like the only ones that know technology. Like when we were growing up, I knew more about technology than my parents. My parents didn't know anything. So even if something like this existed back then,
wouldn't matter.
I could outplay them on it 100%. You know, where I think that this now will be a lot more effective than it was back then, because even older parents are on Facebook, they're using their phone more, they're doing all this stuff. They're more invested in technology than they were. But yeah, this is cool. This is dope. Like, okay, you only get 2 hours today. Did you do your homework yet? No. Okay, yeah, I'm turning off the Xbox. You can't play.
I think it's that, and it's that importance thing of like to have it there. I know plenty of parents are not going to do this. I know plenty of parents are still going to let their kids play Call of Duty and GTA just like I was when I was a kid. But I think it's important to have it there for Microsoft to say, well, the tools are there. If you're too lazy to use them, parents, that's down to you. But we are willing to enable you and give you the tools to get this right. So
it's also right on your phone. It's not on the Xbox.
Exactly. Because the excuse would be, I don't know how to use an Xbox.
Yeah. The Xbox already has some parental figure like stuff that you can already mess around with. Now it's just like, just go on your phone and you can
download the app.
Xbox,
download the app and there you go. So I think it's very good. Next up, Xbox Series X pre-orders coming soon? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Microsoft have put a splash screen on their store with it saying the Xbox Series X is currently not available, but it's coming soon, Kresh. Would you ever buy an Xbox directly from Xbox?
Maybe. If supplies are low and I really wanted one, yeah.
Yeah, but where would you go? Where's the first... Series X gets announced... Pre-orders are available. Nah. Where'd you go? Amazon. Amazon, me too. Yeah, that's exactly where I'm going.
I got the 2-day shipping with Amazon, and with Amazon, like if you do the 2-day shipping and you pre-order it, you get it the day it comes out. So it's like,
Amazon day one. You getting one day one?
I don't know yet.
Damn, it's interesting. We're in such interesting times, man.
Yeah.
Where I'm talking to people, a lot of people are like, I'm PC now, and I know I'm going to wait, and they haven't given me a reason, and this, that, and the other. I'm like, damn, I'm interested.
It's also like, we're in coronavirus time, so like people's money's affected, and it's like, I haven't seen anything to like really make me be like, "Yo, I'm gonna get this," instead of like whatever else you need. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I hope they do like a. What was the project name for this one? For Series X? Oh man,
Scarlet.
Scarlet.
No, Scarlet.
No,
Was it Scarlet? Yeah, it was Scarlet.
Scarlet. It was Scarlet, right?
Scarlet. Scorpio was
Scorpio was the one I've got.
was
If
the
they
next.
do,
So
I hope.
this is Scarlet.
Yeah, I hope they do a Project Scarlet edition of this,
Yeah.
and I will buy that day one, quick time.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Quick
It'll be
time.
interesting to see if
And when I
Halo's
say,
supposed to be a launch title.
yeah,
Go ahead.
no, go on.
With Halo coming out, it'll be interesting to see if they do a special edition for that, or if they'll want to wait a while before they do a special edition.
Yeah, I don't want that. I don't want it to be a Halo special edition. I want a Scarlet special edition. Personally, I just having a Halo Xbox for me is just like, okay, give me a Gears Xbox special edition. I'll buy that one.
The Halo edition would probably cost more than the, because the Scarlet edition was the same price as the regular Xbox.
Yeah, it was just
right?
the first. I think it was just the first
Yeah.
certain amount of people to get it.
The Halo edition would probably be more expensive.
Fair enough. Yeah. Next up, Chris, we have some weird, interesting news. For me, anyway. Dead by Daylight, a game that I enjoy, but Dead by Daylight's new Silent Hill crossover. First details on the Pyramid Head, new maps, and more. This one was written by Matt Kim at IGN. Dead by Daylight has announced its latest crossover collaboration, and this time the collaboration is with an iconic horror video game franchise. Starting today on the public test servers, Cheryl Manson, is that how you say it?
Cheryl Mason.
Cheryl Mason, sorry, I said Manson. Mason and Pyramid Head from Silent Hill series are available on Dead by Daylight as the new survivor and killer respectively. Aside from a 2017 collaboration with Left 4 Dead that introduced Bill as a playable character in Dead by Daylight, Silent Hill is the first time a survivor and killer from another video game series has been added to Dead by Daylight. A new map will also be added based on the Midwich Elementary School from Silent Hill, from the first Silent Hill game. The new map will be playable for all players regardless of whether they buy the Silent Hill DLC or not.
Okay, that's cool.
Krish, I've got to say, I'm not even a Silent Hill fan, and I'm like, oh, cool, a reason for me to go back to Dead by Daylight. I really like Dead by Daylight. I think it's a really, really fun game. It's in Game Pass as well, which definitely helps. I'm definitely going to go back and play this. Definitely.
Yeah. No, this is honestly, this is something that I'd go back and check out as well.
A new killer, new survivor. We liked the game itself. It's like, okay, more content, I'm in.
Absolutely. There's no reason not to.
Obviously, this is big news for Silent Hill fans as well, because it's like Konami
tease, right?
letting anything happen. You've got to imagine it's a tease, right?
Yeah, because there's been rumors going around about Silent Hill for a minute now.
Yeah. My question has nothing to do with Silent Hill, though. My question is, does Capcom get on this and we get Nemesis added? Or Tyrant added?
No.
Because they've got their own online game.
I was going to say,
damn
if
it!
they didn't have that, then 100% I'd be like, Capcom probably gets on this. Because Capcom does a lot of that
crossover
with other companies. So I'd be like, Capcom, for sure they'll do it. They have no qualms not doing it, you know? But now, it gets in the way of their own game. Maybe if you give it a little time and it's not super successful, maybe then they're like, okay, yeah, we'll throw whoever it is, Nemesis or whatever.
I'd love Nemesis and Jill from Resident Evil 3. That'd be dope.
Leon, right?
It wouldn't be. I don't know.
The survivor and the villain, I don't think necessarily even have to coincide.
It'd be cool if they did, though.
I agree.
And we got a Resident Evil map as well.
Yeah.
It's never gonna happen. It's never with Resistance out. It's never gonna happen. It wouldn't be the mansion. No way.
Mansion.
They would do. Oh man, now you're saying
they could do Mr. X, Police Station, and Leon.
That would be dope. I'd buy that in such a heartbeat as well. I'd buy that instantly. Damn, and we're never gonna get it because stupid Project Resistance, which sucks.
Maybe. Who knows how long Capcom will stay on it if it isn't successful.
I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? But Silent Hill, this is definitely a tease, right? We're gonna get a new Silent Hill soon.
I'd imagine, yeah. But who knows? Maybe Konami was like, "Oh, that's a pretty fat check. You wanna pay us to use our characters?"
Yeah,
sure. Who knows with Konami? To be honest, they could do.
Oh, I see another Pachinko machine being made. Here we go.
Exactly.
Who knows?
Exactly.
Who knows? Next up, this year's Call of Duty is called Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. This autumn, Call of Duty game is called Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, according to the leak, backed up by Eurogamer's own sources. Call of Duty leaker Okami.
I think that's how
posted a mock-up box cover with the correct title on Twitter last night, which wasn't last night. It's fair to say this isn't the artwork you'll see later on this year, but the title is on the money. I don't really want to go into too much more of this. It's just interesting. They just keep recycling the names. Have they run out of names at this point? Is that what's going on?
I think they're doing the same thing they did with Modern Warfare, and they're like trying to be like, we're going back to the original, and we're going back to like the games that you guys loved, right?
So you think this will be a reboot? I know it suggests it and stuff like that. Would you think it will be?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay.
I think even if it's not necessarily a reboot for the game itself, I think it'll be a reboot for Call of Duty conceptually from Treyarch's side, right? Because we've seen Infinity War. That's what Infinity War worked on this Modern Warfare, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll see Treyarch with Black Ops Cold War, sort of going back to boots on the ground and all that good stuff.
I don't want it. I don't care. I don't care. With War, I don't think you do. With Warzone out now, and it being its own platform, are you really still going to pick this up? Because I don't want it for its multiplayer. So am I buying it just for a single player?
Black Ops 1 is my favorite Call of Duty multiplayer wise. So if I see it and they have Black Ops 1 guns and stuff like that, I would get it. Purely off of nostalgia. But here's the thing, we also have a conversation where like, next Call of Duty, we're not gonna get it. Then we see gameplay and then we get it.
No, yes, alright, fine. Yes, you're right. But yeah. I don't know, man. Like, Warzone's not going anywhere. They've already said they're going to keep supporting it and stuff. Like, it's not going anywhere. It's doing really well. Yeah. Like, do I really... This is where they're in that weird place where it's like they're going to cannibalize their own game.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Because I don't think Warzone's double tapping into what Call of Duty sells for. Because I don't think last Call of Duty needed Warzone to sell as much as it did. It didn't. It didn't launch with Warzone.
No, you're 100% right. It didn't launch with Warzone.
Like that's not a Call of Duty staple feature. That's multiplayer and single player. It's expanded into Warzone into BRs. The only time that it would have cannibalized itself is when they released Warzone when they had Blackout. But Blackout was also super old, right? They're not doing that again. They're not releasing new BRs. They're going to keep updating this BR. So that's there as a consistent state of, hey, you guys should stay in the Call of Duty ecosystem instead of going to those other shooters and other games. Now, what are you going to invest in? A Call of Duty multiplayer or a Battlefield multiplayer, right? Because Call of Duty, everything I do is going to carry over into Warzone. And when you're investing in a BR, what are you going to invest into? Warzone, because that'll carry over to my Call of Duty multiplayer. Yeah,
you make a lot of sense. I get it. I feel like I'm just at that point now where I'm like, I don't care about traditional multiplayer anymore. Like I don't team deathmatch and stuff like that. Like I don't care. I want BR. But that is like I would much rather play a BR than a team deathmatch every single day of the week. Like if someone says to me, "What should we play today?" Let's play BR, like BR anything or Call of Duty multiplayer. I'll play any of the BR games, any of them, over even PUBG, over a traditional team deathmatch now. Which they're very different things, but I just think I prefer the Battle Royale scheme now.
That's fair.
Next up, Crush, Kingdom Hearts TV show reportedly coming to Disney Plus. I added this one for you.
Ooh.
Kingdom Hearts TV show is reportedly in development for Disney Plus, according to a few entertainment industry journalists posted on Twitter. A TV show adaptation of Square Enix video game series is in production. Is it Emran Kaya? Emre Kaya.
I don't know how that would be pronounced, to be honest.
We're gone with it. I was originally going to publish this as an exclusive article, but apparently a few other insiders have heard about it too, so I'm just going to tweet it out. tweet it out, I think. There is a hashtag Kingdom Hearts series in the works at Disney Plus. This is all in the same different tweets. Disney originally wanted to make it, but it didn't work out, so Square Enix was asked to create a pilot using Unreal Engine. The series is most likely not live action, but CG animated. They're currently casting. This is huge. This is very, 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 very big, Crash. I think this is going to do very, very well for them. I think it's going to bring a lot of eyeballs on the Kingdom Hearts series.
Yeah.
Do you think we get another Kingdom Hearts game? Number one.
Yeah.
Do you think it will just be a reboot, a restart of it all?
No.
Wishful thinking from my behalf, then.
I don't think they like restart everything.
Okay.
I think like they like at the end of the last game they teased the next game.
I don't know. I've not played it, so I generally I don't.
They teased future games.
Got ya.
They tease future stuff, so I don't think that it ends here. They are like this last game was supposed to be the end of a trilogy, like the end. It's a quote unquote trilogy because it's including all the handheld games and all that stuff,
trilogy
right?
with the 1.5 and the 2.6 and the 7.1 and the 9.9. Yeah, all those. I got you.
Yeah. So theoretically, they do go into a new arc. They could launch a new protagonist. They could do a bunch of stuff that sort of like makes it fresh for people, but still keeping it like a continued running train where it doesn't stop.
Yeah.
There's a few stuff they could do, and I could see them doing.
I really want to like it.
I just don't think it's for you.
But I like Disney, and Haley loves Disney.
So, but that's a bad way to look at anything. I should like this because I like something else. That's a poor way to look at it. That means the next time a studio you like puts out a game, you should like it because it's that studio, even if the game's bad. But I like it. I like that studio.
Crash made me sad.
Good.
Why are you so mean?
Bad thought. Don't think those thoughts anymore.
Fine. Are you excited for a TV show at least? I'll watch that.
I don't know. I imagine this will be very kiddie. Probably not for me.
You love kid stuff.
Absolutely.
Is the whole game not kid stuff?
It is. But like, there's a difference between like the game. So
Okay,
let me explain. Right, the game I've been playing for a very long time, and it's the characters I know. Right.
Yeah.
So I'm connected to those characters, like it or not. Sora's my boy.
Yeah, unfortunately.
With this, they're casting, and if they're casting, I assume it's not going to be the main cast. I assume they're going to go for like a different time period.
Got you.
So, like,
It's not going to be who you want.
Yeah, so it's like I'm not going to have any sort of attachment to like care about the TV show. And then it's just whether the TV show is good or not. And I'm not really a fan of kids shows nowadays.
Got ya.
So.
All right, well, here we go, Crash. IGN Summer of Game Fest, schedule, charity events, and more revealed. We've got plenty here. So strap in. Okay. June 4th, Summer of Gaming kicks off.
Okay.
That's all it says.
Nothing else. Just
that's what it's. Look, you've got the image in front of you as well.
I see it too.
June 5th, IGN Expo debut. Game reveals, trailers, gameplay demos, and developer interviews. Starts off with a pre-show, a charity stream of a Resident Evil 3 speedrun by some person.
Yeah.
And then we got reveals. For those who are wondering, I'm not saying about the streamer because we had a little encounter in his chat once. I'm over it, but he was quite rude. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Reveals. Unannounced game from Funcom / The Outsiders. Exclusive unannounced gameplay reveal with the Outsiders David Goldfarb, which is weird because that's Goldfarb's dad, I believe. Then we've got,
really?
I believe so, yes.
Oh.
Next up, we got an unannounced game from Merge Games, which is exclusive game reveal. Next up, unannounced game reveal, exclusive game reveal trailer. Then we got a trailer for Werewolf the Apocalypse from Nancom, Earthborn exclusive cinematic trailer. They're giving us a lot of information here, Crash, which is what I'm trying to get at. Before I go into the rest of this, how do you feel about that? Knowing it all.
I wish that they just said, they were like, this is how many exclusive launches we have without any giveaway as to who it's from or who's attached to it or anything like that. I would prefer that. I don't think those studios would prefer that.
Yeah.
Because it gets people talking about the studios earlier, and they'll probably get more eyes now when nothing's really happening and people have free time to check them out.
Yeah. No, you're 100% right. So, okay. Let me, before we keep going through this, because I don't think I'm going to read through all of it, because there's a lot.
Yeah.
Are you going to watch all of this?
Yes. At least it depends how it's done. Because like if the reveals are separate from everything else, I'll probably watch all the reveals, and then the other content I'll pick and choose what I want to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But if it's all lumped up together, then I don't know. Probably just because the reveals are in there, and I want to see the reveals.
Fair enough. Then we got some gameplay. We got the Mancos Block Party. You're going to get some gameplay from that. The Mortal Shell, Observer, System Redux, Samurai Jack, the Battle Through Time, and Spellbreak. You're getting gameplay through all of that. Then we move on to June 6th, which has a pre-show, charity pre-show with another speedrunner, who I don't know, but Tomato Agus. Shout out to him. He's going to be speedrunning some Fallout. Then we got another stream from a partner and publisher showcase, PC gaming show. There you go. Then you've got the Guerrilla Collective, which is what Kind of Funny we're working on, showcase day 1. June 7th, you've got the Guerrilla Showcase Collective day 2. And the rest I'm going to leave for you all to go and find yourself. Will I be doing a reaction stream to all this? Yeah, more than likely, because there's content. So it allows me just to sit down and not have to play games and just talk. So me and Kresh, I'm sure he'll be doing a reaction. I'll be doing a reaction. If you want to come and react with us, twitch.tv/mcfixer and twitch.tv/Kreshnik.
No, you got it right.
I think I got it
right.
right. There's multiple days. It goes all the way through till June 24th, Kresh. June 24th. Yeah. That's a lot of days.
Yeah. It's a lot of days, but it's also here's this cluster of days, then here's this cluster of days. Then it sort of gets sporadic, and it's back to here's this cluster of days.
I'm very much looking forward to the IGN Icons part with David Hayter. He's doing an interview about Metal Gear and stuff. That's going to be cool.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
There's also more to come on this as well. You've got Blizzard, EA, Arcade 1UP, Facebook, Oculus, Google, Stadia, Square Enix, Ubisoft, and Xbox all to still announce more to this. So
yeah, so that's probably where those like missing days come in. Like,
yeah,
oh, this is what's happening here, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, so should be interesting. Be interesting. Next up, Fast and Furious Crossroads been delayed. Oh no! Fast and Furious Crossroads, the video game set in the same universe as the Fast and Furious movie, has been delayed from May to later this summer. It's getting released August 7th, 2020. I don't want to talk about it, Crash.
You don't want to talk about it?
The game looks awful.
Why?
Have you seen it?
It's like the best game I've ever seen.
Oh, okay. You're trolling. I like it. All right, that's fine.
First of all, I don't care about Fast and Furious.
I love Fast and Furious. I love Fast and Furious.
This game could look good, and I wouldn't care about it. So I'm not a person to have an opinion on this.
Got it.
But
it looks like a PS2 game.
Yeah.
VO is awful.
Yeah. But there's a lot of times where you'll get an actor to do VO, and they're not great at doing VO, right? Because doing VO is a talent in and of itself. Not everybody can do everything, just because people aren't that skilled. Not everybody's that skilled, right?
Yeah.
And when you get people with VO who can't do it, it's very apparent that it's bad. And then if it's on an ugly game on top of that, it's even worse.
Even worse, yeah.
Because you could get away with like not great VO on a game that looks really good, and you're like, that sounds a little bit out of place, but hey, the game looks good.
Tom, what are you doing? Oh, it's just like, get out of here. This game looks trash. Can you believe they let this end the Game Awards one year?
A big check, bro. It's Fast and Furious. You know how big that check had to have been.
That check was huge, you're right.
Yeah.
That check might pay for the whole show.
Maybe. It had to be a huge check, because like, Jeff Keighley's a gamer, right? He likes games. I don't think he looked at that. He was like, that's what people want to see. That's what we're going to end it with.
That's the difference between business
politics.
And
yeah, absolutely. I can't blame him. That's not something I hold against Jeff Keighley for that. Like,
I just want to let everyone know I'm not giving this game a platform anymore. It's not happening.
So you're not talking about it anymore? Okay. Like Anthem, right?
About what? What?
Yeah. Okay.
No Man's Sky is landing in Game Pass in June 2020, so shout out to that. We've got the top 10 games in the UK box sales: Final Fantasy VII Remake #1, Call of Duty Modern Warfare #2, FIFA 20 #3, Animal Crossing New Horizon #4, Resident Evil 3 #5, Forza Horizon 4 #6. Continues to sell, man. Grand Theft Auto 7 #5, which is wild considering that was free on PC. Anyone with a PC could have downloaded that. Yeah, it's still sold gangbusters.
They probably like already bought. They got it on PC as well. Probably everybody who bought it was like, "I'll have it on PC."
I'll have it both. Minecraft. Sorry, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe #8. Star Wars Fallen Jedi Order, Jedi Fallen Order, sorry, #9, and Persona 5 #10. Games with gold this month, Chris. They just got announced. So let me go find them because we've actually not missed it. Usually we do the show, and as soon as the show is ended, it comes out Games with Gold. Yeah. Usually, but no, not this time, which is nice. Games with
one of the days
gold.
We even did the show late for some reason, and it came out afterwards as well.
Still goss. You have got let me copy it in. There we go. Shanty and the Pirate Curse, June 1st to June 30th. Coffee Talk, June 16th, July 15th. And is it just Cinnamora? Is that right? Signmora. Okay.
Cinnamora. I don't know.
Okay, that's fun. June 16th to June 30th, and Destroy All Humans, June 1st to June 15th. Crash.
I'm excited for Coffee Talk.
You should play it. It's good. It's worth Game of the Year talk. It's worth it. Definitely play it.
Yeah, I'll
definitely play it. It came out this year, so definitely play it.
Yeah.
Let's plug, and get ourselves out of it, Crash. What you got to plug this week, dude?
Twitch.tv/MCFix. Great streams over there.
You know what? You suck. Shut up, fool. You have to plug yourself. You can't plug me. It's the rules.
No, it does this. It says plug. So I'm plugging.
Remember to email in or write your question in the Discord right now for next week's show. You can find my Discord in my Twitter bio, my Twitch. It's all out there. You can find it.
I've also been slacking on posting up there to ask questions.
Yeah, me too.
Even though
me too.
It shouldn't all be on us, but it's definitely partly on us.
Yeah, definitely.
Where we haven't been that great at that.
Also, the chat is Zyger real quick. Zyger, I ain't been putting it out on Twitter either. Zyger, where's the articles? Yeah. Zyger, what's going on?
Zyger, why aren't you like carrying my Xbox with you right now?
Not like we tried to get 5 people involved and only 1 did the work. But that's Zyger. Where you been?
That's beside the point. We don't pay you the big bucks for you to do this.
We don't pay you nothing to do nothing. But yeah, I've got nothing to plug either. You can find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/MCFixer. I'm working on some stuff.
What does that mean? What stuff?
I don't know if I want to announce it. Yeah, we should have episode 250's guest. Should be booked in the bag. Should be okay. But I don't want to announce it just in case. No.
Announce it.
No.
Announce
No,
it.
if you was in my Twitch chat, you would know. But
I know who it is.
I know you know.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
I thought you were saying that to me.
I'm talking to the audience. We do a podcast, bro. It's not just us talking to each other. It's people listening to this.
Podcast is a conversation between 2 people.
Yeah, but a lot of people listen to that conversation.
Yeah, but then, you know what? You're not wrong, but I'm just not going to agree with you.
Until next time, I will love you, leave you, and see you all later. Goodbye.
Bye.